Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So now guys, one thing is now becoming quite apparent. The sort of Nigeria that Mallam Buhari is trying to build, is trying to cultivate and culture, is certainly not the type of Nigeria that Nigerians want. It's not the type of Nigeria that Nigerians want, and I'm talking about Nigerians in their entirety. Now, when I say Nigerians in their entirety, I'm not, of course, talking about all of Nigerians, but the vast majority of that country are not in alignment with the sort of Nigeria that Mallam Buhari has in mind. So with that, guys, I bring you this. Buhari replies T.Y. Danjuma speaks on relationship with Oshibanjo. So that's this headline. Buhari replies T.Y. Danjuma speaks on relationship with Oshibanjo. So when it rains, it pours with this guy. There's no rest for the wicked, and this guy is certainly not going to know any rest if he carries on in this way. So now, latest development as per T.Y. Danjuma, who this guy is now doing battle with this time around. So let's get into it. President Muhammadu Buhari has said the opinion of Theophilus Danjuma, a retired general, is not more important than that of millions of Nigerians who voted for his re-election last year. Mr. Buhari made this comment in an exclusive interview in Abuja on Saturday. Asked if he was concerned about the vote of low confidence expressed by Mr. Danjuma during a recent book launch in Ibadan, Mr. Buhari said, "And what is the vote of confidence of Nigerians in me, as expressed in the polls last year? That is what matters more, not the opinion of one man." Mr. Danjuma had said if he says what he knows about the goings-on in the government, Nigerians would lose sleep. The comment has been viewed in some quarters as an expression of lack of confidence in Buhari's government and a blow from a man who is widely believed to have been one of Buhari's major financial pillars. The president, however, said his re-election was a vindication of his voters' confidence and support for him and his government's policies. On his relationship with Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, Mr. Buhari said things were perfect between them. He was asked to rate his relationship with his deputy on a scale of 1 to 10, but the president replied, "Perfect," or as he complained to you. In a press release on Sunday, the MD/editor-in-chief of the interview, Mr. Uzu, said, "This interview published on our website is a window on what the president is thinking about some of the most important issues of his second term so far, from the Economic Advisory Council to the rule of law, and from his relationship with his deputy and 2023 to the country's debt profile." He also commented on the insinuation that a cabal runs his government. His promise to lift 100 million Nigerians out of poverty, and criticisms that his claim that he's now a reformed Democrat is fake. So an in-depth interview that was done by this particular platform. So I'll go look for that interview, of course, and I do an also in-depth video on it. But the long and short of it, and the cut and thrust of it, is that this guy now is now attacking Danjuma, and apparently, allegedly, and as is now being said, Danjuma was one of the financiers of his first election, alongside Tinubu, of course, who also funded heavily that election. So you can see now how this guy turns his back on people who supported him as soon as he gets hold of what he wants. But then, of course, a lot of people will tell you that that is the Fulani way. Conversations in the comment section: when it rains, it pours, and there's no rest for the wicked. And this guy is getting it from all angles. But the thing about Mallam Buhari is he doesn't really care. He controls all the guns, he controls all the money in Nigeria, and that is really all he cares about. So, and he knows that with those two elements, he can address and confront anything. So your noise is just your noise making, and you can make as much noise as you like. And if you make too much noise, then you get show red. You go and ask all the journalists in Nigeria if they criticize this guy now, the DSS knocks on their door. So Danjuma can say all he likes, but Buhari doesn't really care. But we care. Come tell me how much you care in the comment section. But before you do that, Click on the red subscribe button so it turns grey. Bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you are making of how this Malami is riding roughshod over the whole of the entirety of the Nigerian space in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Carry on with you in the comment section. But here I say peace.